Thank you very much, Ravi, for an extraordinarily good talk. I'm quite sure Ravi said it as it is. He did not pull any punches. He said it directly into your face. If it does not hit you, the virus will hit you. So there are plenty of questions, and I'm going to quickly run through them. And Mr. Secretary, Mr. Prithviraj, here, if we run over the time, I'm sure you will permit us to go little beyond 6 o'clock. I'm sure that will be permitted because a lot of interesting data has been provided. A lot of questions have come up, and Dr. Ravi is ready to handle these questions.
Sundar, I cannot resist one interesting question from Dr. Suhas Pai. If vaccination is not protecting one from being infected, what is the need of such a vaccine? Dr. Pai, I'm surprised as a medical professional you're asking this question. Can you tell me one vaccine that prevents infection? Polio vaccine, does it prevent infection? Rabies vaccine, does it prevent infection? Influenza vaccine, does it prevent infection? Remember, Dr. Pai, all vaccines come with only one guarantee. They prevent disease and death, not infection. Why are we asking so much of viruses and virologists? Can't we wear a mask? I'm surprised, Sundar, that somehow my pets in the laboratory and in my life, and I are being targeted in the second wave. We were hailed as heroes during the first wave. Thank you.
Okay, let's start with the first question. Ajay Malik, who one has the first Covishield jab on 1st April, second jab on 1st May after 4 weeks. Will it be harmful if I take a third jab on 1st July after 2 months? Ravi?
2 jabs. You have taken 2 jabs, sir. Thank God for it and thank the country for it. Please do not be greedy. If necessary, policies will be announced for the third jab. That third jab you want to take may save the life of somebody who has not taken a jab. Right now, a third jab is not permitted.
Mr. Kashinath Pai says, everybody knows there will be a second wave, but there is no evidence that any expert committee had publicly warned the government about the scale of this wave. How can we just trust experts that they warned the government?
56th proceedings of the Technical Advisory Committee of the Government of Karnataka is a 12-page document. I can share it with him, which had warned extensively that it will be a wave and we should not let our guard down. And subsequently, every Technical Advisory Committee proceeding, both Zoom recordings are there and written minutes are there. If people are perpetuating such lies, I'm sorry, I can only hang my head in shame.
Mr. Thomas says, lives are being lost. We have been caught blindsided. What can KGA to do to help in the crisis? What would I recommend that KGA does? It's a club. People play golf and people congregate on the 19th hole, spending more time perhaps sometimes than on the golf course. What would you recommend if you were to tell us do and don't in KGA?
Golf is an open air game, and thank God the Golf Association is one of the places. But as Dr. Kalyan Sundaram said, if people congregate near any of the 18 holes or after the 18 holes, definitely it will facilitate spread. What can KGA do? Ask yourself in what way. There are many areas requiring help. Even if you take up one, I would only urge you take up one. To me, the biggest need I see, I may be wrong, this is entirely personal, is talking to people who have got a positive result, reassuring them and making sure that they are getting the right kind of treatment they are taking, not unnecessarily popping pills. If you can facilitate something like that, or find a call center that can facilitate people, mental trauma will be reduced and people will recover faster and they will not rush to hospitals.
Let me just have a one-liner answer to this. If and when KG opens the golf, play golf, say keep your distance and get into your car and drive home and have a drink, and don't sit in the bar and have a drink with your friends, because you are congregating again. What you have done for 4.5 hours, you are violating the next 1 hour. Okay, what's your opinion on airborne nature of this virus? Can it be transmitted like the common cold?
Well, this is a myth that I did not address. There's been a flip-flop. We said, oh, it's airborne. Then we said, no, it's droplet-borne. Now we are coming back and saying some Lancet papers, no, it's airborne. The truth is in between. It is predominantly micro droplets, and micro droplets in closed spaces travel longer distance than 6 feet. Therefore, technically, they may be airborne. But if you go out to any of the wonderful courses of KGA, their natural wind is blowing. There, it is not airborne.
Are the current vaccines able to neutralize the current mutation of the virus?
We have very little data. Every manufacturer is trying to generate this data. Covaxin, the National Institute of Virology, Covaxin is Bharat Biotech vaccine. It's a totally indigenous vaccine. NIV has produced data saying it neutralizes equally UK variant, South African variant, Brazilian variant, and the double mutant of Maharashtra. It is understandable. I've gone on record more than 3 months ago for the print saying that killed virus vaccines are time-tested platforms. They give the benefit of all antigens to the immune system, whereas all other vaccines are only presenting the spike protein. So when there is a mutation in the spike protein, that vaccine will sooner or later fail.
What is the window of administration of steroids?
Steroids will be required mostly in the second week, but I have seen some pamphlets saying that from the beginning give steroids. I think that is not advisable. When symptoms start worsening, be it cold, cough, or fever, or oxygen saturation starts dropping, there's definitely a role for steroids, because steroids prevent inflammation and fluid accumulation in the lung and prevent the lung from getting flooded. So there it's a miracle drug only when water starts collecting in the lung. So I think there is a time and place for steroids. It is not that I pop a steroid and get a positive result.
We know if golfing is safe activity, I've answered that if all precautions are taken, golfing is safe. 19th hole is not safe. Can we share this recording? We have already requested the secretary. He has already said the link will be provided to all the members, because people have been applauding several times over about the wonderful presentation by Dr. Ravi. If you have taken Covishield 2 doses, 1 month apart, can we expect to be reasonably be protected?
See, protection is a word that comes into reality 2 to 3 weeks after the second dose. The second dose may be 4 weeks for Covaxin. It may be 4, 6, or 8 weeks for Covishield. Protection, again, let me underscore, what is protection? Protection is no severe disease, no death. Protection is not equivalent to no infection.
The graph seems to suggest that
can't
the
hear
second...
you.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear.
We can hear.
Okay. The graph seems to suggest the second wave causes are lesser than the first. If this is true, why there's a shortage?
Come again? What is
The
less?
Graph, they have not said what they think is less. Graph seems to suggest the second wave causes are lesser than the first. If it is true, why there is a shortage? I do not know what they mean by shortage. I presume you have answered it in remdesivir and Jalaneti. Does it help in removing the virus? Jalaneti,
Absolutely no evidence, no clear-cut scientific evidence It is an impression. If people feel happy doing it, let them do it. But if people want to say that cured me, I will not accept this as a scientist.
Is Sputnik vaccine safe, or will it send you to Russia?
Sputnik vaccine, whatever published literature is available, I am also a member of the International Advisory Board of Sputnik. Whatever is published literature is what is available, and it is as safe as any other vaccine. Right now, there are concerns being raised. Brazil has rejected Sputnik vaccine because they have not answered certain questions on whether the virus will continue to multiply. We are waiting for Sputnik to answer that question. So, in terms of immediate after administration safety, it has the same safety profile like any other vaccine.
What is ideal spacing for Covishield? This has been going around again and again. In a quick answer, Ravi?
Yeah. The Covishield, when the trials were conducted, second dose participants were divided into 3 groups. Some got it at 4 weeks, some got it at 6 to 8 weeks, and some got it at 12 weeks. And they said the antibody response, meaning the way we measure protection in the lab is by measuring antibody responses are better if the second dose is delayed. Okay, so that is what they published. So there's been a huge debate, but let me tell you, if you closely look at the data in terms of severe infection and death, whether it's 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, or 12 weeks, that aspect of protection is the same.
I have taken this after 4 weeks. My spike antibody is in extraordinarily good shape. Ravi congratulated me on that. So therefore, it is important to understand when possible, take it at the end of 4 or 6 weeks. How many weeks after vaccination can an individual donate blood?
Normally we say 3 months, but I would guess that they may give concession up to 8 weeks. Normally, the general guideline for blood donation is in the last 3 months, you should not have taken a vaccine. Forget COVID, any vaccine. Because you should get benefit, your system should get benefit of the vaccination.
The latest data show a high percentage of cases outside Bangalore. I'm not sure if this is correct. In any case, this
in
should
fact,
suggest that
in the last task force meeting 3 days back, I had vociferously warned the government we are too Bangalore centric. On that day, Bangalore had 75% of cases and 80% and 20%. But today, this gentleman or lady is right. It's almost 50-50%. The other districts are surging now. They will come down later. Bangalore will come down earlier. The other districts will come down probably in June end.
This should suggest that COVID-19 has been carried back to the villages.
I had warned the government to impose lockdown before the Ugadi weekend because it was a long weekend of 5 days. Second Saturday, Sunday, Ugadi, Ambedkar Jayanti, and one Monday. I told people will carry flowers, fruits, and corona from Bangalore to the districts. That is exactly what has happened.
Will this mean going forward at the standpoint of a societal impact? I guess it's going to impact, as Dr. Ravi said, across the state and across the country. Like you said, second wave was inevitable and the infection would be more severe than the first wave. Why did the courts not take suo motu cognizance of this and ban all public gathering and rallies? This was a simple action to prevent such a surge. Disappointing, it was not done.
I'm afraid I am not competent to answer that question.
Presentation here, circulate the link. It is believed that COVID does not spread through surface transmission, contact, groceries, etc. If so, why wash hands? Good practical point.
Yeah. Surface transmission is not implicated as much as it was when we first started learning about the virus. Having said that, we washed hands because if a person has passed by, coughed, or sneezed, any surface could be contaminated. Number one. Number two, most people do not know how to remove a mask. They remove it from the front. You are supposed to use only your fingers and remove the elastic bands and remove the one, and then wash your hands because the outer surface of your mask is contaminated. Yes, some surfaces are highly infectious, especially masks. And whenever you are in crowded areas, anything that you touch may have the virus.
Some of the vaccinated people are getting infected. Any particular reason? You have said it before.
Absolutely.
Vaccination does not prevent infection. It can get a muted response to the body, but will not prevent infection.
One of the other reasons, Sundar, is if the virus is a mutant, it's a variant, it can still cause infection.
What is the reason one is getting infected after taking both the doses? What's happening to the antibodies produced? Already you answered it. When do you kindly please mute everybody else, please? What's the reason one is getting infected after taking both the doses? You have said it. When do you predict COVID to be over? Meaning we get back to being how we were. Spanish flu lasted 2 years and then disappeared.
Sorry, Spanish flu lasted 3 years. This will also last 3 years. It all depends on how quickly we get people vaccinated. After that, it will become endemic like a flu, but it is not going to disappear. Your grandchildren and my grandchildren and their children will also get SARS-CoV-2 infection.
Should we wear a mask even at home?
Right now, given the condition, if there is somebody who's going out and exposing themselves to crowds and not wearing masks, then yes, every household should wear a mask because that person is putting everybody else to risk.
The US CDC has allowed no masks for small groups which are fully vaccinated. Your comments, please.
Get everybody vaccinated, then I'll get answer to the question.
Why the children are recovering much sooner with lesser complication than COVID-19 compared to adults?
Generally, the immune reaction in immune system is evolving in children, number one. Number two, there are some papers that show the receptors for the SARS-CoV-2 virus, namely the H2 receptors, are densely less in children. These are the two reasons. Having said that, remember, children get one of the worst complications of COVID, which is a multi-system inflammatory disorder 1 month after they get COVID. Yes, proportionately, the number of people manifesting overt disease is less in children, but the complications are not less in children.
In fact, just to answer this, 4 of us got infected last October at home, me, my wife, my son and grandson. We home quarantined. When we recovered, we just wanted to test the antibodies. 3 adults had no antibodies. My grandson had antibodies. I discussed this with Dr. Ravi at that point in time. The vaccination is not protecting one from being infected. What is the need for such a vaccine? You are contradicting your own presentation, Dr. Pai.
I already answered. It was so interesting a question that I said I should take it up this first. No vaccine guarantees protection against infection. I would love to see a vaccine in the history of mankind that has protected infection.
Lot of complimentary messages to you, Ravi. You said vaccine reduces severity but does not prevent infection. But your presentation in the last slide indicates otherwise. They also said the virus will not go until the last person on earth is vaccinated.
I meant infection, not severity. Everybody who gets infection does not develop severe disease. It's entirely up to your immune system, how appropriately it neutralizes the virus or it decides to overreact to the virus. So there is no contradiction in what I said.
I think TAC documents should be released. Stop getting poetic. Put this in the public space to avoid such attribution.
Please,
If you do not come clean, politicians will
demand
get away.
it from the government. Please demand it from the government. I have signed a confidentiality agreement. But if one RTI is put by any one of you, TAC documents will be made public.
If someone wearing a triple layer cloth mask is exposed to COVID patient and thereafter uses the mask, is he safe?
I didn't get the question.
If someone wearing a triple layer cloth mask is exposed to COVID patient, and then thereafter uses the mask again, is he safe?
Remember, mask usage, there are some myths I want to bust. You cannot use it eternally, the way Indians use everything eternally. One towel for 45 days, one soap for so many people. No, those kind of things don't work. Every day, 6 to 8 hours is when a mask is effective. The moisture in your breath will make the mask wet, and water will act as a vehicle to carry the virus from outside to inside. So change your mask at the end of 6 to 8. Remove the mask with your fingers from the side. Don't touch the front of the mask. Wash, if it's a cloth mask reusable, wash it with soap and water, dry it, and preferably iron it and then wear it again. Surgical disposable masks and N95 masks, please don't reuse them. Have enough stock of masks.
There are several people across Bangalore, across the country, Delhi, one from Uruguay, from my wife Usha's contact student. Thank you so much, sir, from Uruguay. Well done, Ravi. You have gone global, not that you are not global before. First dose and second dose, I think it has come again and again. My second jab was due on 21st April, 28th day after the first jab. Yet to take the same. Please advise what is the appropriate approach. Confused. I think you have said it before. Is that Covaxin at the end of 40 weeks, Covishield between 4 weeks and 6 weeks. If it goes beyond, do not get alarmed. Get it at the soonest time. What is the transmission of the virus in an aircraft? Is it safe to fly? Good question.
Flights are a risk. In spite of air changes in a flight, sitting in closed room packed with large number of people, irrespective of whether you are wearing a mask or a shield, the risk is more than being at your house. Traveling by flight is risky business, especially if the flights are long haul flights.
Do you need to wear a mask if you go for a walk in the park?
Depends on how many people are walking with you in the park.
Exactly. How much time will the immunity built in the body take to reach its efficacy potential to fight the virus after the second shot of vaccine? Will it ever fight completely, Ravi?
3 weeks is when the protection sets in. It reaches a peak by the first month or second month. Remember, after natural infection, that is, if you have had COVID, there is enough data to say now that in 3 to 6 months, antibodies wane. That is why already infected people also need to get vaccinated, because their antibody levels are falling, and this vaccine will act as a boost. How long will antibodies last after vaccination is a question people will ask. Data available says now for 9 months it lasts, because the trials were started 9 months back. So because memory cells are induced by almost all vaccines, we expect it to last minimum of 1 year.
What if the person wears the affected mask accidentally, wears in reverse fashion? Goodness me. Affected portion exposed to the nose.
I can guarantee the person will get infected.
Absolutely. The answer is already
there. Avoid accidents.
When is the plasma administration required, sir?
Yeah, plasma administration, there are 2 points I want to make. It is in the first 3 to 4 days that it helps to neutralize the virus. Once it goes into the lungs and it induces inflammation, which means breathlessness, oxygen levels dipping, plasma therapy at that stage will not help. Number one. Number two, plasma therapy is best given when antibody titers are measured in the plasma, and only high titered plasma containing high titer antibodies is used for plasma therapy, is when it will be effective.
How safe is it to take away food from a restaurant, both cooked and uncooked food?
It is safe to take cooked food. I do not know the cook's status of COVID, so I would
Exactly.
not take uncooked food.
How will we know whether we are fully cured from corona infection after recovering from mild infection with a CT score of 1 out of 25? CT scan score.
CT scan scores below 10 itself tells you that you are in a very safe zone. Above 15 means you are entering danger zone. 20 and above, you are definitely in danger zone. Wellness wellness depends on your symptoms and how you feel. My professor of medicine used to tell me, we don't treat images and tests, we treat patients. It all depends on how you are feeling, and the only critical parameter is oxygen concentration.
To give the same example, our teacher, Professor Mani, whom Ravi knew very well, would say, take EEG. If the EEG shows epileptiform activity, powder phenobarbital and throw on the paper. Treat the patient, not the investigation.
Yes.
Very important question which many people want to know from Abhay Chandra. Can we take the vaccine right after recovering from COVID? If so, what should be the time gap? This is something which people keep asking. Been a very good
I'll
answer.
tell you the time and I'll tell you the logic. 8 weeks after your PCR test came first positive is when you should take the vaccine. Okay? The reason is you can have virus lingering in your body for a longer time. Normally, most people 10 days virus disappears. By 14 days PCRs become negative. In some people by 21 or 28 days. So we do not want to induce an immune response when there is natural infection. That is why we say let the natural infection completely subside. Then you give a shot, then you will boost the immune system. Otherwise, the vaccine will not have its effect if you give it along with the disease. We want
if you give it along, if you give it earlier than the 8-week period, can a person get a worse reaction for this vaccination?
No. That is not the reason why it is not given. You are not going to get advantage from vaccine by giving earlier. Why do you want to waste a vaccine dose when it's not going to produce an immune response?
Makes a whole lot of sense, Ravi. So wait 8 weeks from the time you got tested positive. Is it required to wear N95 mask? Is cloth mask effective?
Is it? What is the question?
Is it required to wear only N95 mask, or a simple cloth mask, is it effective?
Whatever mask you wear, the way you wear it is most important for effectiveness of protection. Number two, N95 is definitely need to be worn by people who are treating patients. Healthcare workers in the current scenario should wear N95. Those who are coming in contact with a large number of people in their profession or their work should wear an N95. All others can wear a surgical mask or a triple layered cloth mask.
Several people are complimenting Dr. Ravi for the presentation. I get a reflected glory. Thanks, Dr. Kalyan, for coordinating this. Most welcome, gentlemen, and I really appreciate your compliments. Would it be better if a Covishield first dose followed by Covaxin second dose?
No chance now. Nobody knows the answer because interchangeability trials are going on right now. Remember, vaccination is permitted by regulators based on the data that is presented. let us not do our own research in the community with our intelligence. Better to be disciplined and say, if you have right now nowhere in the world or outside the world, I can take one shot of vaccine that I want and choose another vaccine for my second dose. Please don't experiment. Whatever 2 doses, if you get of the same vaccine, be assured you're protected against serious disease and death.
In fact, I've said this to several of my friends who asked me this question. Don't mix drinks. Don't mix vaccines. I said a third thing, but I will not say it now with public forum. I will tell you, Ravi, later.
Yes, I can guess what you will say, Sundar.
Several of my friends know it, but I'm not saying it now. We've given a choice. What will you take, Covaxin or Covishield? My answer is, for heaven's sake, take what is available.
Exactly.
Ravi?
Exactly.
How good is Pfizer vaccine?
It is, the efficacy of Pfizer vaccine is 95%. The problem with Pfizer vaccine is enormous cost, and B, it has to be stored at -20 till it is injected into your arm. So that's the huge challenge in terms of the actual logistics.
When course is open, somebody to the KGA committee, I entirely agree. I think when the course is open, please allow only those golfers to play who has taken both the jabs. That means bring your vaccine passport with you. It is to the committee. I'm sure Mr. Prithviraj who is sitting and listening, other committee members.
And using your privilege, please tell Sundar that they should be accompanied by a virologist.
Exactly. And you know which virologist will that be? Does nitric oxide help? We studied in chemistry, nitric oxide helps in laughter. Ravi?
Yes, it helps in laughter, period.
Okay. There are videos about chanting Om, which brings out nitric oxide. Is this true?
I have no idea if Om chanting leads to release of nitric oxide, but let me tell you, anything that you do that makes you look inwards will tremendously boost your immune response, irrespective of religion or practice.
Zoom call will come back.
Meditation, prayer, all these have a very calming effect on human mind. And Sundar knows better than me that the brain influences through the endocrine system, the defense system, so you get a good, sturdy immune response. Thank you.
All I can say is, in this state that we are in today, please make sure that you eat decently, well-cooked, home-cooked food preferably, because we do not want you to bring out other kind of oxide into the atmosphere. So be very cautious about this. Sorry I joined late, but when can we expect vaccine for 45 plus year in age? Is it a realistic date? What is the realistic date? I think, Ravi, do you have any answer to that? 1st of May, now they pushed it to 15th of May. What do you say?
Realistic is 15th May. Free availability will be middle June because all companies are scaling up production. It will take 4 to 6 weeks for them to reach their optimal production, which capacity which they are promising they can make. So there is going to be a lot of rush in the beginning. My advice is stay safe, stay at home, anyway lockdown. After 15th, things will ease out, then get vaccinated.
My answer to that question is you waited this long. You don't have to worry about the next 1 or 2 weeks. But those periods, make sure you don't expose yourself to any calamitous situation.
Exactly.
After how many days after you recover from COVID can you take the vaccination? Already answered. When do you predict COVID to be over? Meaning we go back to being how we are.
When will we go back to?
Normalcy, like we go back to our routine, normal activity.
2025.
After 2 years. Huh?
Definitely 2025. Bonus will be 2022 or 2023. I
often tell this to my patients when they ask me, we are only doctors, we are not astrologers. But there is a prediction from Ravi based on the data.
No, I've started post-retirement a viral astrology company. So based on that, I'm making the prediction.
I'm joining you.
Yeah.
With mutations, do we need to plan for an annual booster shot? Interesting. Sort of an annual flu shot.
The honest answer is we do not know. But my answer is it is likely that all of us will require a booster shot because the virus is continuously mutating. Remember, viruses also follow Darwinian principle, which is survival of the fittest. So they'll go on mutating and the immune escape variants will be selected in the population.
We are nearly at 7:21. There are another 70 new messages that have popped up. I do not know when we can finish. I think the secretary must tell us when do we wind up. If my pulse oximeter reading is 98, 99, can I assume I have no COVID infection? Ravi, please.
People with COVID infection also have 98, 99 pulse oximeter reading. Pulse oximeter reading is important always, more so after being diagnosed as COVID-19. But it cannot be a diagnostic test for COVID-19.
What is the required level of antibodies to help fight infection, IgG levels?
Well, most of the assays are quantitative or semi-quantitative. The best test one has to do for saying whether antibody is protective is neutralization test. Very cumbersome, done hardly at a dozen places in this country because it requires biosafety level 3 cell culture laboratory. Surrogate tests are available where they are giving values in arbitrary units. You would have seen AU per ml or international units per ml. Depends on the assay. Normally double digits and above is good. Generally speaking.
Somebody close to my heart. How soon after the vaccination can I have a drink? Cheers to this question, Ravi.
As a doctor, I don't prescribe alcohol. I must go on record. I don't prescribe alcohol, but I would say at least 48 hours, not because you will get any reaction because you drink. Please give your gut and your immune system a chance to recognize the antigens. Don't allow alcohol to blunt your immune system. I'm just joking. It's just that heavy drinkers generally have a very blunted immune response, more related to nutrition and the type of intake they have. That is the reason we say the effect of alcohol is not that it interacts with COVID and produces reactions. It can lessen your immune response if there is no moderation, and that is the reason we say if you can avoid a drink, especially for 48 hours.
Consider yourself that having mala for Sabrimala for a few days and then take out the mala after 4 days, and depending on how heavy you have been drinking, is a very, very valid point because there is no blanket answer to this. Safer to stay away for some time rather than indulging in it. Now that I've taken 2 shots, cheers, call a party, and then become a super spreader. Very informative, realistic picture, blah, blah. Compliment to the doctors who are putting their lives together online. Absolutely true. Ravi would agree with me. People, general public, do not understand the kind of a sacrifice doctors, nurses, and other frontline workers are doing it on a daily basis. Ravi, one quick comment from you on this point.
Yes, I think we are very fortunate a lot because how many people get this opportunity to selflessly serve. I think the healthcare workers are a very fortunate lot. And I'm glad that we are being compared to the armed forces. This is biological war and we are soldiers fighting a biological war.
I think there are general questions. Now we are nearly 7:30. Mr. Prithvi Arsh, now do we wind up or take more questions? Because
Doctor, if there are any questions, Doctor, if there are any questions, yes, we can take it. When you're going through the questions, if you find that any of these questions are of a nature which definitely need answering, please take them and answer.
Ravi, would you mind another 10 minutes? We'll wind up.
No problem, Sundar.
Okay. can we be super spreaders even after our 2 shots and 15 days?
Absolutely, absolutely,
Correct.
yes. You have a moral responsibility to society to mask up after 2 doses till everybody in society is vaccinated.
Can we install an oxygen saturation machine? There's something that has been going on very seriously debatable. Should we buy a machine? Should we keep an oxygen saturation machine? Which brand? How much do we spend? Can we install an oxygen saturation machine at home as a precaution? If so, can we buy that?
I will only state Colin Powell's rules. There are 2 which I like. There are 10 totally Sundar, and maybe I will sometime share it with you. Rule 4 and 5 I like. Rule 4 is I don't choose for others. I don't allow others to choose for me. And rule 5 is be careful about what you choose. You may get it. So I think that answers the question. Oxygen concentrators, whether to have or anyway, the cost is between 50 to 70,000. There is a 5-liter version and there's a 20-liter version. It takes atmospheric air and concentrate oxygen and removes nitrogen, which is 70% in atmospheric air. It is useful for people who will continuously need oxygen, meaning in simple words, those with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD we say, those whose lungs are damaged as you age due to chronic smoking or exposure to a lot of pollutants and atmospheric pollution and asthmatics and obstructive lung disease people. Just for this pandemic, just for the second wave, you want to buy an oximeter? It's your choice. I am not going to advise you on it. It is not as simple as buying an oximeter. That also it's my duty to give you information. Oximeter all of us should have, I would certainly say. If not for COVID, even otherwise it's very useful. So, but oxygen concentrator, it's up to you.
Can vaccine be taken by people who are allergic to some medicines?
Well, the very practical question, many of my doctor friends have asked me because many of them have had allergies. I give a very practical answer. The practical answer is if you can go to a center and tell them, can they give you 0.1 ml test dose? That is the way vaccination should be done. Any drug, when it is administered in a clinic, especially if it's a new drug, or if it is penicillin, what do? We give a test dose. We inject a tiny wee bit, 0.1 ml under the skin. If somebody feels itching and scratching and increased heart rate and breathlessness, then we know the person is reacting. If you already are a person prone to allergies, get a test dose, wait for 2 to 4 hours, and then take the shot. A dozen of my doctor friends have done this and they were very happy with my suggestion. It's up to you.
We got vaccinated and then got infected with COVID-19 after 1 week. We have got vaccinated. A week later, we got COVID-19 infection. When should I take the second dose of the vaccination?
I think I answered that question. 8 weeks after your first PCR test came positive.
Can you please explain what is meant by 95% efficacy in Pfizer versus say 70% in Covishield?
Okay. It means that I told you phase 3 trial had people who have received the vaccine and people who have not received the vaccine. If a large proportion, if say there are 100 in each group, I'll give you an example, 95 in the saline group got infected, whereas only 5 in the vaccine group got infected, then I would say the vaccine is 95% protection. That means definitely after vaccination, among those who are vaccinated, there's a 5% chance that you will get infection. That's what it means.
What is the significance of viral load number?
The test that we are doing is not designed to measure viral load. Viral load assays are done differently using standards where known quantity of virus is diluted serially in tenfold dilutions, and a standard curve is constructed with it, and based on your sample you read off the standard curve how much it is. That is not being done. It cannot be done routinely. Having said that, the CT value, that is the value at which the cycle at which the test becomes positive, you know, PCR is 40 cycles, that is roughly people commonly use it as viral load. It has, in my opinion, absolutely no relevance for managing a patient. We have seen, right now I'm seeing vaccinated individuals, both doses after 2 weeks, having CT values of 10, 12 and 14, which you would say is extraordinary high amount of virus, but they are absolutely clinically fine. I've seen asymptomatic people with very low CT values, and other vice versa. I've also seen severe people with late CTs or high CTs. So it has no clinical bearing.
Is Moderna good vaccine that is being administered in Germany?
Absolutely. That is another vaccine that has 95% protection. It's an mRNA vaccine. Unlike Pfizer, it requires minus 20 degrees. The two shots are 3 weeks apart. Slightly more minor side effects with Moderna compared to Pfizer.
Can we become super spreaders even after our 2 shots and 15 days?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Very
yes.
clear. Absolutely, yes. How do we protect ourselves from house helpers? I'll put it other way around also before you answer, Ravi. How do they protect themselves from us?
Don't hire them. Do your household jobs yourself. I know you are depriving a job to somebody else. If you have to, then get them vaccinated. Many people are doing it in apartment complexes. Get them vaccinated and then hire them. But still, masking is important. They should not get from you. You should not get from them.
Is the virus airborne? I think you have answered.
Yes.
Somebody had asked a question. Can it spread while people are talking and through the mouth it can spread to the person standing close to them?
Yes.
Yes.
Singing, big capital bold, yes.
Does it make sense to take a RT-PCR test and ensure not already infected before getting vaccinated? Should we take a RT-PCR test before vaccination?
Not practical. No. Not practical, not required.
Is COVID more serious for a person with sarcoidosis, immunological disease? Ravi?
Yes, that is also a comorbidity.
I compliments you and Ravi. That's fine. Thank you, sir. Is taking bath, putting clothes in hot water after coming home, protects family members from infection? I think they should take a bath. I completely agree. You must have a bath.
And I also completely agree. You need not have to put it in warm water. Soak it in soap water and wash your own clothes. Especially if you're a healthcare worker or you are in a profession where you're meeting large number of people in crowded areas.
Can you shed some light on pregnant women getting infected and when can they take the vaccine?
This is a question that will be answered in the next 3 months. As I said during my talk, pregnant women trials are going on now. Generally, vaccines that have been used are safe. In animal preclinical toxicity studies, it has not shown any teratogenic effect. That means what? Teratogenic means on the baby, there are no birth defects in the animals. So we presume same thing will happen in human beings, but we require data. Some of the obstetrics and gynecological societies have been appealing to vaccine manufacturers to quickly conduct trials on pregnant women. Hopefully by June, July, we will have data of safety of vaccines in pregnant women.
Your views on double masking?
required when you go. First of all, if you wear a good mask properly, that is good, 90% of the job done. But if you are being exposed to an COVID infected person, you have to go and see them, you have to help them, or you're going to very crowded areas. It's up to you. You can wear a double mask. It definitely protects.
Single mask is better than definitely no mask.
Yes.
Double masking is better than a single mask.
But
And
stop there.
you,
Don't go
yeah,
to 10 masks.
exactly. And people are also asking, is there a people are swearing by, I'm taking homeopathy, I'm taking Ayurveda, I do not believe in any other pati other than my own pati at home and allopathy. What is your response, Ravi?
Venkatachalapati saved them. There is no hard data to say that they're all very good. They have handed over from generations, their grandmother recipes. But to say that they are going to protect me is, I think, not correct, because there is no clear scientific evidence. Like, what is best scientific evidence? Allopathy swear by randomized clinical trial. That means there should be people who receive Shunti Kashaya versus warm water versus
Antibiotic.
plain tap water. Randomized groups, and you should show less COVID in Shunti Kashaya. That kind of data is not available, but traditional foods have their nutritive value. Please take them.
But can it be said, because I'm protected by homeopathy medication, I do not need to take the vaccine? What would be your response?
That is being foolish.
Okay. Thank you. If a person has UTI and RA, vasculitis, should she wait for vaccination until UTI is sorted out, or can take the vaccine as soon as possible and not wait for UTI to be sorted out? UTI, I think it means urinary tract infection.
Let me make it very clear. Any acute infection, it is better to wait for it to subside. That is the general guideline, not only for COVID vaccine, for any vaccine, even for COVID vaccine. If you are having any acute infection currently, wait for it to subside and then take the vaccine, so that the other inflammatory molecules in response to the ongoing infection do not neutralize the effect of the vaccine. That's the reason.
Last two questions. If what are the early signs / symptoms of MIS-C to look out for post-COVID in children?
I know what MIS-C. What is the question? Just read the question.
What are the early signs and symptoms of MIS-C to look out for post-COVID in children?
Okay, the child becomes dull, can lose consciousness, BP will start falling, and you will start seeing that urinary output comes down. So the kidneys are involved, the brain is involved, there is encephalopathy, there is renal shutdown, there is alteration in BP, and overall, children, remember, cannot voice or articulate their difficulties. The moment the child is becoming dull, I think and if you know, and this happens weeks after COVID. So if you know the child has had COVID, please look out for dullness, lethargy. They are the earliest signs of MIS.
How
Skin
long does a
manifestations
person...
also, skin manifestations, peeling off like Kawasaki.
Person having dialysis 3 times a week, is it appropriate to take the vaccine? Good question.
Absolutely.
Renal dialysis.
They require the vaccine more than Sundar or me. They are immunosuppressed. They have a very high risk of developing severe disease. Choose the days in between dialysis to take the shot. I personally feel we should have separate vaccination clinics for special populations, which is not happening. In the mad rush, you have to find a slot for yourself on the day you are not on dialysis.
Can a person with asthma take the vaccine? I suppose the answer is yes, but from the expert.
Yes, absolutely yes.
I think we're almost coming. Can a person with an anaphylaxis issue take the vaccine?
Can a person get anaphylaxis?
No. Can a person with history of anaphylaxis
Yeah.
take the vaccine?
The answer is you have to make it very clear to the team that is vaccinating you. The answer would be very guarded yes, provided you receive a test dose, as I said. This is where a test dose will be absolutely mandatory. Saying I have anaphylaxis, I will not take the vaccine is not correct. You have to be a scientific. A test dose in a center where they can manage any severe adverse immediate event is where you should try and take the vaccine.
Thank you. Last two questions. We're not entertaining any more questions. The last question came in at 7:41. Can you get COVID from eating food contaminated with it?
Yes. The gut has the highest number of, highest density of ACE2 receptors. Ingestion is one of the modes of infection. There's also molnupiravir. It is a new drug. The results look promising, but I would say large-scale trials are needed before we accept it as an anti-COVID drug.
Last question from here. Hotel place cups can contaminate the virus. Is it true?
Yes. Any surface can be contaminated. If I'm asymptomatic, I'm not aware. I drink a cup and leave it. That is not washed properly. Remote chance. But remember, an infected person will transfer virus to anything that contacts with his lips and oral cavity.
Thank you very much, Ravi, for an excellent talk and a wonderful interactive session. I'm sure everybody has benefited. Somebody asked whether your email can be shared. I'm sure Ravi would be happy to have an email from anybody which can be shared. And I come back for a final question, which is a fundamental question which we have discussed in the previous meeting, but it needs reiteration. When do you consider a person infective? Let us say a person starts having cough, cold, minor, symptom. He or she does not know it is COVID, possibly COVID. Assuming the person had this minimal symptom on a Monday, when does he or she become infective? Number one. When should ideally with RT-PCR test be done? Number two. Number three. When do they stop becoming infective? Number three. Number four. What happened to those primary contacts? Because these questions keep coming back again and again. A reiteration from you, Ravi, as a final bullet would be beneficial to all.
Okay, let me explain in a different way. We do not know when virus has entered our body. The kinetics that we have studied, we know that after the virus enters the body, it takes anywhere between 1 to 4 days for people to develop symptoms if they are in that bucket called symptomatics. If they are people who are young, good immune system, they won't have symptoms. In both cases, after virus enters, it reaches a peak in my nasal secretions and in my oral cavity between 5th and 7th day. And virus levels start falling in 90% of the people between the 10th and 12th day, and by 14th day, virus shedding will stop. That is what we call as incubation period, 0 to 14 days. And the median or the mean is 5 to 7 days. So coming back to your question, I develop symptoms today. And let us say it is COVID. I am a COVID patient. I develop symptoms today. I am definitely infectious today and infectious for the next 1 week. I can also have been infectious yesterday and day before. Because virus is multiplying and I am shedding virus. So generally for contact tracing, we say 1 to 2 days in the pre-symptomatic phase and up to 1 week after the symptomatic phase. If you have come in contact with that, God forbid, today we had a conversation and we had a long discussion without mask in a restaurant. You should get yourself tested the moment I tell you, Sundar, I'm positive. But that does not mean you are not infected. You should get yourself tested again 5 to 7 days from today. Because yesterday you met me and today I told you, Sundar, my test came as positive. You rush for a test and it is negative. You cannot be, happy saying, oh, I'm negative. Virus entered your system only yesterday. It will peak in your system only between 5th and 7th day. I hope I answered your question.
And after that, I've tested up between 5 and 7 days. And for example, if you have tested positive, how long? Why would you want to remain 14 days in quarantine? What's the guarantee of what is the 14-day period?
14-day period is 99% of the people, 90% of the people will stop shedding virus by 7th, 8th day. But there is one small percentage that can go on shedding virus up to 14 days.
That means even though small percentage of 10 to 15%, between 8 and 14 days, they can transmit the disease. Therefore, stay away for 14 days.
Absolutely.
For good measure, 1 or 2 days more will not hurt. I think with that, we conclude the session. I think it has been absolutely outstanding. All of you will agree. You'll all give a very huge clap to Dr. Ravi and say cheers. And we planned for 1 hour meeting. And we are now 1 hour 47 minutes and it's still counting. I'm sure, Ravi, you have become so popular in KGA. You'll have several invitations for the 19th hole safely after everything is safe and protected. And I'm sure Dr. Ravi will come back. Hopefully not for the 3rd wave. We hope you'll be able to prevent it, but for New Year insights and latest information so that we get educated and information is given to the general public like us so that we are knowledgeable and eligible to give the correct information. Dr. Ravi is very fond of saying people have been graduating from WhatsApp universities. People have done MPhil, PhDs and postdoc. Please shed all those. Last point I want to finally. There's a group of people in USA called Amish community. Many of you know about the Amish community. They live like they were about centuries ago. They have nothing except their old methods of farming and living. Some reporter goes and asks them, the 2 Amish people, how come you have had no COVID in your community? One elderly gentleman gently says, we do not have a TV in our houses. We do not have a television in our houses. The message is very clear. I think as a matter of completion, may I now request Mr. Prithvi Raj, Secretary, who wanted this to happen. He spoke to me about 4 or 5 days ago. Ravi being so busy, but he does not say no to a good opportunity to educate all of us. The message here is education. The question is, how many of us have been educated? Depends on how many of you are going to follow the protocol and spread the message and not the virus. And that is critical. Thanks once again, Ravi and Mr. Prithvi Arsh for your final vote of thanks.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Dr. Kalyan, for coordinating all this effort and this entire program. Mostly, I would like to thank Dr. Ravi, who's been exceedingly kind in sparing almost 2 hours with us and sharing with all the members that have attended this program. Doctor, thank you very much. And as Dr. Kalyan had said, the 19th hole is always open to you at KGA when this whole, let's say, situation comes down and we are all in a better frame of mind. And to all the people watching, I just wanted to say one thing. There were a couple of points that Dr. Ravi and Dr. Kalyan had said, which was that what KGA can do most is to spread positivity and to let's say less listen to social media and WhatsApp, because that is what is probably the biggest menace that is going around right now. So let's, from KGA side, let's start sharing positive messages to our friends, share what information we received today so that people can benefit from that. We definitely will put this link out for everybody to see so that you can also share the link with people who are probably not KGA members, but outside in your friend circle, so that the more people that learn from this, I guess, and I hope more will benefit from this. So thank you all very much for spending your evening with us. Thank you, Dr. Ravi. I think this has been exceedingly nice of you. And Dr. Kalyan, though it was your topic in terms of the myths, thank you very much and look forward to your support as always.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah. All I can say is those of you who missed it out, and they don't have to be worried, but the interaction was an extremely good one. You will all get the link from KGA. I'm sure many of us will benefit. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, KGA. And most importantly, thank you, Ravi, for a wonderful evening.
you.
Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you, Dr. Ravi.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Bye.
Thank you,
safe.
Kalyan, for a very
Thank
nice
you.
having organized
you.
everything.
Thank you. Well done. Okay. Bye-bye. Bye.